Today on the net, the Peruvian net mobilizes in view of the storms paralyzing part of the country. Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez faces net users' criticism. And an HGV driver causes a spectacular accident in Turkey. These images were filmed by the last passengers able to take a train out of Aguascalientes village at the foot of Machu Picchu in Peru on Tuesday. The storms, rising river levels and mudslides later made land evacuations impossible. Torrential rain had been beating down on the region of Cusco in the southeast of Peru for several days. Thousands of tourists were trapped near the Inca ruins of Machu Picchu before helicopters began evacuating them on Wednesday. Local net users have transmitted hourly images and information, such as these photos of a crowd of people trapped in Aguascalientes. And there is particular concern for the tourists who embarked on the Inca Trail, a 4-day hike. A site has been set up by the Peruvian Institute of Culture to help find the names of people currently on the trail, as well as the name of the agency with which they set out. In the region, other towns and villages have been severely affected. This net user filmed the damage. Here he speaks to the mayor of a small town who explains that aid is not arriving quickly enough. This female blogger criticizes the authorities' inefficiency. She believes that Peru cannot avoid natural disasters, but that an appropriate policy should allow damage to be limited. Some citizens are taking things in hand. This woman, who created her own association during the Chincha earthquake in Peru in 2007, is organizing the convoying of aid. Here she explains how she will help the inhabitants of Huacape village who sought out her assistance. It's important because we can still access Huacape village by road, and we don't want to wait for the road to get cut off and leave our friends with no means of communication. Difficulties are mounting up for Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez. The resignation on Monday of the Vice President and Minister of Defense, Ramon Carrizales, is the latest setback for Chavez, who is now facing a wave of dissent in his country. Dissent widely broadcast online. Last Saturday, it was the president's decision to definitively close the private TV channel RCTV, which caused many Venezuelans to protest in the streets to express their anger. Dissent which even seeped into a baseball match, as shown by this video. And for many citizens, such as this activist and member of an opposition organization called Primero Justicia, Chavez has not adopted the right policy over the last few years. He declares here that most Venezuelans have had enough of seeing the government controlling everything in the country. Others rise up against the recent remarks made by Chavez regarding the US deployment in Haiti to offer assistance. This video extract is circulating on share sites. An extract in which we hear the president speaking of a US occupation in the country. And this net user recalls that Chavez even accused the US of causing the earthquake in Haiti, an accusation he judges out of place and bizarre. Finally, as stressed by this French blogger, the economic situation in the country also seems to be worrying many citizens. He recalls that inflation is rampant in Venezuela and that many are without access to essential goods. A female bear in hibernation, baptized Lily, is becoming a veritable web phenomenon. An online channel has been dedicated to the animal, aged 3, to better understand her behavior and habits. And Lily's Facebook page boasts 60,000 fans worldwide. Keen interest indeed for a bear that for the moment does nothing but sleep. Calling all solex lovers. This site, dedicated to the motorized bike, which is self-powered, should be of great interest to enthusiasts. Available in a dozen languages, Solex Millenuim looks back at the history of this unique bike with the help of many photos and videos. Net users can travel back in time and relive the various developments to the Solex since its creation. Turkish motorists witnessed an incredible scene this week. An HGV driver who had forgotten to lower his trailer collided with and totally destroyed a pedestrian footbridge which crossed over a motorway. A spectacular accident which luckily only resulted in one person being slightly injured.